This audiobook will teach you how to talk to your body in a whole new way. You're not just made up of muscles and memories. Your very essence is shaped by words. The things you say every day either open the path to healing or signal your body to brace for more pain. It's time to change how you speak. You've tried all the routines, you've read the books, followed the advice, eat this, avoid that, think positively, meditate more. Yet the pain still lingers. This audiobook will guide you on how to communicate with your body, not through pressure or panic, but with honesty, kindness, and strength. Inside your body, deep in your chest, in those quiet spots no doctor can reach, you're not weak, you're not broken. You're just holding on to words that were never meant to stick around. Healing doesn't start with action, it starts with the way you talk. Those words you keep telling yourself, I'm so tired, my body is failing, I'll never feel normal again, aren't just thoughts, they're commands, signals. Your nervous system listens and complies. The reality is you cannot heal if you speak against your own body. What you say matters. Your body keeps a record, but it doesn't write with ink. It records in muscle tension, heart rate, hormones, and breath. And what does it document the most? The things you say about yourself. Every recurring thought, every quiet whisper of I can't and I'm not enough is heard by your body. And not only does it hear, your body believes it. Both modern science and ancient wisdom agree. How you talk to yourself isn't harmless, it's programming. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that repeating thoughts and emotional patterns create new connections in the brain. When you think, I'm always tired or my body is falling apart, and you feel it in your bones, your body takes note. It becomes your new normal. Your chemistry adjusts to fit that message. This isn't just a poetic idea, it's rooted in science. The brain sends out signals and the body reacts with chemicals, causing your cells to exist in the echo of your beliefs. Louise Hay dedicated her life to teaching that every illness starts with a thought. Not because you're at fault, but because thoughts give instructions. When you say, I'm overwhelmed every day, your immune system takes that as truth. If you say, I can't handle this, your nervous system braces for collapse. Say instead, I'm healing with feeling, and watch how your body begins to respond. Your words shape your inner world, and your body adapts to it. Think about this. Imagine a woman who grew up hearing, you're too emotional. She takes that in, not just mentally, but physically. It shows in her posture, in her breath, in how her body works. As an adult, when strong feelings pop up, her body tenses up. Not because something's wrong, but because she still hears that whisper in her head. You're too much. Keep it in. Don't feel. Over time, this builds up as anxiety, tension, and fatigue, not from the outside world, but from repeating those messages to herself. You might not even notice the phrases you've held onto, the ones that linger quietly in the back of your mind. Things like, I'm not as strong as others, or my health has always been an issue, or my body lets me down. These aren't just fleeting thoughts. They've become part of your blueprint. Your cells, your hormones, your immune system, they all shift to fit those words. But here's the good news. If you've learned to carry illness, you can also learn to carry healing. Your brain is capable of rewiring itself. That's the beauty of neuroplasticity. When you start saying things like, I'm safe now, my body knows how to heal, I'm learning to feel peace again, you're giving your nervous system new instructions. Not demands, but gentle guidance. With enough practice, your body starts to respond. This doesn't mean you'll never feel pain again, or that one positive phrase will erase years of stress. It means your body is more receptive than you realize. It listens, not just to medicine, but to the meaning behind your words. It picks up on your tone when you say, I'm okay. It notices if you believe it when you say, I'm healing. And it writes that into your story. So the real question isn't, what's wrong with me? It's what have I been telling myself for so long that my body has started to live out? This isn't about feeling guilty. It's about taking responsibility, the kind that empowers you. You don't need the perfect words, just new ones that your body can start to trust. Say, I've carried the weight of pain, but I'm ready to tell a new story. Because your journey to healing doesn't start with a pill or a plan. It starts with a word. Your word. What you choose to say from now on is what your body will begin to remember. Your body feels it every day. The weight of words you didn't even realize you were carrying. especially those harsh words you say to yourself, like, I'm such a mess. I'll never get better. Why do I always ruin everything? You might toss these phrases around casually, sometimes even chuckling, but deep down, there's real damage. Your body doesn't distinguish between a joke and a command. Louise Hay taught us that every bit of criticism, every complaint, every negative thought says to your body, you're not safe, you're not enough, you're not whole. Over time, these words don't just drift away. They settle in your muscles, making them tense. They linger in your fatigue that never quite goes away, in the tightness of your digestive system, and in the breath you hold without even realizing it. Your body listens, not just to what happens, but how you talk about what happens. Picture this. If a child were sick, would you stand over them saying, you're hopeless, you always get sick, you'll never be strong? Of course not. So why do we say similar things to ourselves? This is just who I am. I always fall apart. My body's broken. You wouldn't speak like that to someone you care about, but somehow you've started to accept it for yourself. What you tolerate, your body learns to expect. This is the quiet violence of negative self-talk. It doesn't shout, it seeps in. And that seepage shapes how your body heals, how it rests, and how it trusts. Louise Hay reminded us that the body thrives on love, not some lofty abstract idea, but real, everyday, spoken kindness. Without that, your body feels attacked, even if no one is being cruel to you. The true injury often comes from within. This isn't about blaming yourself. You didn't choose these words to hurt yourself. You probably picked them up during tough times, borrowed from voices that weren't even yours. Parents, teachers, society, culture, religion. Somewhere along the way, you mixed tough love with responsibility, thinking that if you scolded yourself enough, you'd finally get better. But instead, you tightened up and numbed yourself. You built resilience, but lost the softness that your body desperately needs to heal. So what's the solution? Speak kindly to yourself. You don't have to swing to false positivity or declare, I'm amazing, when you feel terrible. Just start with honest kindness. Try saying something like, I'm figuring things out. I'm feeling a lot, but I'm figuring it out. Instead of saying I'm broken, say I'm healing. Instead of saying I ruin everything, admit I've made mistakes and I'm learning to handle things differently. Each of these shifts is like a little repair, a fresh start. Your body is always listening, taking it all in. Healing needs a new way of speaking, not to ignore your pain, but to avoid hurting those same spots again with your words. You can't talk to your body like it's the enemy and expect it to heal. You can't force yourself into balance or shame yourself into calm, but you can start fresh with just one sentence, one softer tone, one choice to stop speaking harm and begin speaking peace. Louise Hay believed healing starts the moment you say, I am willing to try something different, willing to be kind to yourself, willing to understand that the way you talk shapes the way you live. You've carried enough heaviness from harsh words. Let this be the moment you let them go. Not with force, but by recognizing them. Speak like someone who knows they're healing, even if you're not fully convinced yet. Speak like someone ready to stop hurting the body they live in. Speak like someone who realizes your words are more than just words. They're seeds. And now, you choose to plant something new. There's a voice inside you that actually holds more power over your healing than any medicine. Not because it directly controls your body, but because it shapes your beliefs. Deeply felt beliefs, spoken often, become your nervous system's guide. Many of us don't even notice how that inner voice often turns into our harshest critic. Not out of malice, but simply out of habit. We've learned to correct, to push, to fix. So we talk to ourselves as if that's how progress should sound. You're so dramatic. Toughen up. What's wrong with you today? This voice isn't just in your head. It resonates through your body as tightness in your chest, a spike in cortisol, the shallow breath that follows a self-directed insult. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that when thoughts are mixed with strong emotions, they can actually rewire your brain. Repeating them often enough trains your body to feel a certain way. Your inner voice shapes your outer chemistry, and soon your nervous system starts to memorize those emotional signals. Think about the words your inner voice sends out. Are they healing or hurtful? When that inner voice feels more like punishment than support, you go into defense mode. Your body tenses up and healing gets put on hold. Healing happens in a safe space, and that starts with how you talk to yourself. When you're hurting, maybe you've tried affirmations before, but if your inner tone feels cold, robotic, or full of doubt, your body won't embrace those words. It's not just about what you say, it's the energy behind those words that decides if they heal or just add noise. Now, picture a new voice within you, not fake or forced, but genuinely kind. Not the cheerleader yelling, "You can do this," when you're down and in tears. Instead, it's the calm presence that gently says, "This is tough, and I'm here with you." This voice doesn't rush, it doesn't scold, it comforts, like warm hands soothing a trembling heart. And something amazing happens when you listen to it. Your body relaxes, your breath steadies, and healing begins. At first, this voice might not come easily, especially if you grew up in an environment that valued strength, productivity, or hiding emotions. But the great news? You can learn this voice, and once you do, it can become your go-to. Try talking to yourself in a way you would with a scared child or a grieving friend or someone you truly care for. That gentleness, it's not weakness, it's healing. Your vagus nerve, which helps your body rest and repair, gets activated by your tone of voice. So, when your inner voice is calm and gentle, you're not just being nice, you're actually helping your body find balance. You can start today. Say out loud, "I'm doing the best I can, and that's enough for today." Notice what you feel in your chest when you say it softly and sincerely. That shift you sense, it's your body responding to love. You've tried pushing and applying pressure. Now, shift to compassion and gentle consistency. Be the voice in your own life that doesn't demand perfection, but offers unconditional acceptance as the pathway to change. That is the healing voice, and once you discover it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Let it speak today. Let it guide you through your struggles and your growth. Allow it to turn the chaos inside into a calm, secure place. When your words become comforting instead of critical, your body will finally realize it's okay to heal. Every healing process starts with two simple words: I am. Not I will be or I hope to be, but I am right now. This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's the starting point of who you really are. Your identity is what your body pays attention to most. You can take all the vitamins, write in your journal, or meditate for hours, but if deep down you're still saying, "I am sick" or "I am broken," then your body will stick with that message. Your body doesn't respond to your efforts, it responds to your identity. Louise Hay emphasized that power exists in the present moment, and it starts with what you say after "I am." Your "I am" statements lay the foundation for how your mind sees you, how your cells react, and how your body either heals or fights against change. That's why healing and self-view go hand in hand. You can't really embrace healing while holding on to a wounded identity. The words you use shape the environment of your cells. If you say, "I am always tired," your body adjusts its chemistry to match that. But if you say, "I am restoring," your body recalibrates. Not instantly, but steadily, because biology responds to repetition. Caroline Myss describes identity as a powerful force in healing. She believes we don't find healing by pleading with the divine. We discover it when we claim the power of our words and fully accept who we want to be, including who we refuse to be anymore. Many people carry identities they never consciously chose, inherited from caregivers who said, "You're too sensitive," or doctors who insisted, "This won't change." Trauma might whisper, "You're not safe here," and before long, they start repeating phrases like, "I'm difficult," or "I'm anxious." Over time, those words mold not just thoughts but also posture, breath, and even cellular memories. But here's the miracle. What was once said in fear can be rewritten with truth. I am not broken. I am healing. I am not a diagnosis. I am a living miracle still in progress. I am not who I was when I got hurt. I am medicine. I am possibility. I am becoming. These aren't just affirmations. They're healing declarations. You have the power to guide your body and soul. No need to pretend. Just be ready to speak with confidence, louder than that voice in your head that says you're too far gone. Change happens when you stop seeing yourself as someone who's always wounded. Holding on to that label just keeps you stuck. Instead, realize that you are the medicine. Healing isn't just a goal, it's a way of life. Try this. Close your eyes, place your hand on your heart, and say, "I am healing." Say it again. I am healing. Notice how it feels different when you speak it as a truth, not a hope. It might seem strange at first, but that's just because it's new. New identities take time to sink in, and they need to be lived to feel real. Each time you say, I am peace, I am strength, I am becoming, you're planting a seed in your mind. Your body will start searching for ways to agree with that. Louise Hay believed that you are your own healer. You're not alone in this, but your words can either open or close the door to wholeness. So ask yourself today, what name are you living under? Did you choose it? You don't have to change everything right now, but you can start. You can say you no longer agree with the old story. You can say you're choosing to speak from the version of you that is rising. And when you do, your body will pay attention because it always does. I am isn't just a description, it's a command. Healing isn't something you chase after, it's something you become. Let today be the day you remember you're not the wound, you're the one bringing new life to it. You are the medicine. Now let's talk about pain. It's not your enemy, it's how your body urgently communicates with you. Pain doesn't come to punish, it comes to talk. Too many of us were taught to ignore it, numb it, or even hate it. But what if pain is here not to defeat you, but to guide you? Caroline Myss often says that the body speaks a truth that the mind can't. While the mind might rationalize or dismiss, the body tells it like it is, without any fluff. Pain is that truth. It's not a flaw or a failure, it's a message. Your body isn't out to get you. It's trying to get your attention. And the more you push back against that message, the louder it gets. You might have felt this already. Before long, you might feel a tightness in your neck that just gets worse the more you push it aside. Or maybe there's that stomach issue that flares up when you're stressed, and the fatigue that hits even harder every time you tell yourself to just push through. This isn't about weakness, it's your body trying to communicate. Pain often shows up when something deeper isn't being addressed, a boundary crossed, a truth ignored, or a pace that can't keep up anymore. We've been taught to fear pain, to see it as a failure, to fight it. But when you battle it, you lose touch with your body. We tend to brace ourselves, override those signals, and often feel betrayed by our very own vessel, which is just asking for some care. Healing starts when we switch from resisting to having a conversation. Imagine asking your pain, what are you trying to tell me? What part of me feels ignored? It's okay if you don't get a clear answer right away. Your nervous system will notice the change. It will sense your willingness to engage instead of run away. That's at the core of healing from trauma. Most pain isn't just physical. It's often emotional too. When emotional pain goes unspoken, it ends up expressing itself through the body. This can look like tension, inflammation, autoimmune issues, or chronic tiredness. Not because the body is broken, but because it's holding on to everything we never let out. Your symptoms aren't just signs of dysfunction. They're signals saying, slow down, pay attention, let go, forgive, rest, change your course, be honest, and reconnect with yourself. When you start responding kindly and openly, you develop a new relationship with your body, one founded on trust, not fear. Try this. Place your hands over the area that hurts, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and say, I'm listening. You're safe here to express yourself. Don't rush for insights. Just stay present. Let your pain know it doesn't have to shout to be heard. You might begin to notice patterns, like when your migraines hit during emotional overload, or when your stomach reacts to suppressed anger, or how your fatigue spikes when you're trying to handle everything on your own. These aren't coincidences, they're cues. Your body keeps the score, but also holds the map. And though pain can be uncomfortable, it often marks where the map starts. To heal, you need to stop viewing your symptoms as hurdles and start seeing them as cues for change. What if, instead of seeing your pain as a punishment, you welcomed it as a messenger? Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Try asking, what is trying to come through this? This isn't just a spiritual shift, it's practical. When you stop battling your symptoms, your body won't need to magnify them. You'll ease the internal tension, shifting from defense mode to repair mode. Healing becomes possible, not just because the pain eases, but because you're ending the fight within. This is your moment to change how you view pain. Talk to it. Thank it for trying to protect you in the best way it knew how. Let it know it doesn't need to compete for your attention anymore. you're here now. Pain that gets listened to softens, and a body that feels heard starts to heal. Every word you say isn't just for others, it's a message to your body too. We often think of language as merely expressing how we feel or what we want. But really, our words are more than just descriptions. They're commands sent out to our entire biology. Your cells are paying attention all the time. They respond not only to the chemical signals in your blood, but also to the emotional undertones in your words. Bruce Lipton, in his research on epigenetics, pointed out that genes react to their environment, and your thoughts shape that environment. If your thoughts are filled with fear and your words echo a sense of powerlessness, you create a situation where healing slows down, inflammation rises, and survival becomes more important than restoration. On the flip side, when your words convey safety, potential, and gentle assurance, you foster an environment that encourages healing. Your language doesn't just mirror your emotional state, it helps shape it. Think about the common phrases people often say. My body never cooperates. I can't handle this anymore. This always happens to me. These aren't just phrases. They're affirmations, unconscious mantras repeated daily that your body absorbs. Now picture yourself saying instead, my body is working with me. I'm learning to support myself through this. I believe healing is happening, even if I can't see it yet. These are gentle reminders, not frantic demands. Think of it like a kind teacher guiding a nervous system. The body doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs direction. Without mindful words, your biology sticks to old habits, outdated phrases, and identities that aren't helpful anymore. This isn't about being a positive thinker, it's about being a clear speaker. Speak not from fear, but from what you desire your body to know. Speak not from what you've inherited, but from what you choose now. Speak not from pain, but to it, with kindness and clarity. You might say, I feel the tension, and I send softness there. This symptom is just a message, not a punishment. My body knows how to regain balance, and I give it permission. Don't underestimate the strength of these simple phrases. They're like water to parched soil. Used daily, they build trust between you and the body you once struggled with. Research shows that gene behavior isn't set in stone. Your thoughts and self-talk can actually turn genetic pathways on or off. This isn't just about spirituality, it's real biology. So ask yourself, what are you telling your body with your words? Are you telling it to collapse or inviting it to rise? You don't have to sound sure of yourself right away. What really counts is being consistent, speaking with intention, and being sincere. Start with simple phrases. I'm learning to feel better. It's safe to heal now. My body hears me. Let these phrases become your new norm. Let your words create a safe space your nervous system wants to return to. This isn't about pretending, it's about making deliberate choices. Your body isn't looking for perfection, it's looking for a partnership, and it all starts with the way you talk. Not just in the good times, but especially when fear creeps in. Next time you're overwhelmed with symptoms or feelings, take a moment to ask yourself, what do I want my body to believe right now? Then say it, whisper it, repeat it. You're not just expressing feelings, you're giving instructions, and your body is paying attention. Let every word signal calm. Let every phrase weave a path to healing. Let every sentence pull you back toward wholeness. People respond to you in different ways. Strangers feel at ease around you, and friends start to open up. Your energy shifts from just surviving to inviting others to breathe freely. This is where healing becomes bigger than just you. It spreads outwards. Dr. Joe Dispenza often says that our bodies act like broadcasting towers, sending out signals based on how we feel inside. When you embody true peace, not just say it, your energy communicates harmony to those nearby. You not only stabilize your own nervous system, but also help others find their calm. You've probably felt this when stepping into a room and instantly sensed comfort, even without a word. That's the energy field at work. It's not about trying to impress or being charismatic. It's about being in alignment, and that alignment draws people in. Caroline Myss talks about this as energetic integrity. When your words, thoughts, and energy align, people pick up on it and trust you. This is the quiet strength of someone who has done the work within. You don't have to fix anyone or take on their burdens. Just be who you've become, and that alone invites others in. You become proof that healing is possible, that language can flow again, and that peace can exist even after hardship. This isn't about being a healer in the usual sense. It's about being healing energy itself, reminding everyone that feeling safe isn't just a thought, it's something real people can sense. You don't need any special training or approval. All you have to do is live out your own message. Let the way you speak, slowly, kindly, truthfully, give permission to someone else to do the same. Let the way you take a moment instead of rushing show others it's okay to relax too. The way you've embraced your own pain can create an unspoken welcome for those around you. Perfection isn't required here. You are enough, just as you are. This is the healing field. It doesn't shout or try to convince. It simply resonates. That's why monks, mystics, and healers from the past have inspired many without saying a word. They don't just talk about peace. They embody it. Presence speaks for itself. This isn't just an ending. It's the start of something new. You've learned to communicate in a fresh way and to listen deeply. Take a moment to pause and breathe between your words. Rewrite your story. Redefine how you talk to yourself. It's time to reconnect with your body, treating it with care. The impact of this work reaches beyond just you. It influences your relationships, how you carry yourself, and even the quiet moments. People around you will sense a change, not because you brag about it, but because they feel at ease in your presence. That's what healing looks like. It's not about being perfect, but about simply being there. So if you've ever doubted your ability to make a difference, let me reassure you, you absolutely can. You're already doing it. Every kind word you say to your body, each calm breath during stressful times, and every time you choose kindness over criticism, those moments aren't just about healing, they're about spreading that healing energy. Your journey isn't selfish, it's shared and transformative. You have the power to be a source of healing, demonstrating how compassion can shape the world around you. You're becoming the light. Without effort, you help others find their way back to themselves. Now, as you step into the world, things can feel different. You've learned to speak kindly to yourself, to stop seeing your body as a foe, and to embrace quiet moments of trust. But outside, it feels like the world is in a rush, judging, comparing, and pushing. Society tells us to work harder, be stronger, and not to show our feelings. It seems like success is the only sign of true healing, and if you're just starting to find your peace, the pressures from outside can be overwhelming. Remember, true healing isn't just something that happens within. It reflects in your relationships, gets tested by how you interact with others, and strengthens your boundaries. This moment is about realizing that the world might not cheer you on. Sometimes it feels uncomfortable, but that doesn't mean you've taken a step back. It means you're evolving, and your energy is shifting away from old survival tactics. Your task now is to ground your healing deep within yourself. Don't hide it. Let it stand firm, even when chaos surrounds you. This starts by acknowledging that you no longer rush. You're embracing a new way of living. In a world obsessed with urgency, you're learning to integrate and find balance. Feeling slow can seem like you're pushing against something, and that's okay. It's a natural reaction to stress, to pushing too hard, and to thinking pain is proof of strength. Your sensitivity is precious, but to keep it safe, you might have to let go of expectations that no longer help you. You don't have to share your struggles as an explanation or prove yourself by being productive. You don't owe anyone access to your healing process. What really matters is staying true to yourself. When others are harsh, remember you can still be gentle with yourself. If people doubt your slower pace, you don't have to rush to explain. Just be present. This slower rhythm is what keeps your peace. If friends don't get your new boundaries, it's not your job to change their minds. Your focus is on staying true to your healing. Integrity means saying, I don't talk to myself like that anymore. It's about stepping away from conversations that make you tense, choosing rest over having a busy image, and knowing that just because others chase after more doesn't mean you have to join in. Sure, there will be times when you feel isolated. You might wonder if being so careful is unrealistic. But remember, you're not the only one trying to heal in a noisy world. Every time you choose calm instead of chaos, you give others a chance to think differently. When you stay grounded in your words, you show that being gentle is truly strong. This is what it means to heal openly. You don't need to shout about it. Simply being in that energy can reach others, even if they can't quite explain why. While the world might not always notice your work, you will start to find people who resonate with you. They'll say things like, "I'm done rushing. I won't criticize myself just for approval. My worth isn't tied to what I produce." You'll connect because healing draws like-minded souls together. Until then, let your own voice be enough. Let it anchor you. Remind yourself, I don't live in scarcity anymore. I guard my peace gently, not with walls. I belong to my healing journey, even when the world doesn't seem to understand it. The world might still shout, but you've learned to speak from a place of wholeness, and eventually, that voice will reach farther than you expect. You've reached not the end, but a new beginning. Imagine a new start, where words aren't just background chatter, but tools for healing. A place where silence feels filled with meaning, not emptiness. This is the moment you let your inner voice become your strongest supporter. Remember this, your healing was never just about actions. It was always found in your words, especially when you chose to speak up instead of staying quiet. Hold on to this, your body has never been your enemy. It just reflected how you spoke to it. Now that you understand this, you can express yourself better, and with better words, you'll live life more fully. It won't be perfect, but it will be gentle, and that's truly enough. So move ahead, not with noise, but with understanding, not with pressure, but with mindfulness. You don't need to prove anything. Instead, be a source of healing, not just for yourself, but for anyone who hears your new way of speaking. You're no longer just getting by, you're speaking to heal, and your body is listening.